Hello, my lovely hummingbirds. How's it going, everyone? And welcome to the first official pop culture interviews. I was going to say live and in color, but we're not live. It is the first official on camera, and I have none other than Chris from Alarmist Brewing and Taproom, located at
4055 West Peterson in Chicago.
You didn't say the sweet rear.
Oh, sweet rear, gosh. That's usually the joke on that one, but
it is.
It's went over my head. Still, I guess I'm still waking up.
Yeah, that's fair. So, if you're new here, hi, welcome. I do a bunch of stuff on this YouTube channel, including doing interviews of local entrepreneurs, businesses, and artists from the city of Chicago, as well as from other places. And Chris has so graciously agreed to do another interview. This is our third, I believe.
Yes, this is the third.
Yes, and honestly, I'm so happy we're doing this again. I feel like we do a catch-up every now and then. It's been a minute though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that last one. Years. Yeah, the last one we did was, I want to say, roughly 2021, around after COVID.
Yes.
Yes, it was after you guys had just reopened the tap room. And it's been a wild ride since.
Yeah. I mean, I think our first one was in like the throes, in the throes of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's been that's been a fun 4 years, I guess you could say. Fun.
Mm-hmm. It sure has. And so, first off, how are you?
I'm good. I'm rocking and rolling. I'm always I'm always ready to go.
There you go. And I love the shirt.
Oh, the Chupalagra shirt.
Yeah. So, Alarmist is super cool. They have amazing merch. The shirts are always super soft. I was going to wear one today, but it's hot outside, so I didn't do that. And they have had an impressive past 3 years or so since we last spoke. You guys have done a bunch of new things in the tap room. Let's see, you guys have started doing more food pop-ups.
Right, yeah.
Which has been amazing. You've done some really good collaborations when it comes to beers. And also, you've started doing shows in the tap room, which is amazing. What was the last one? We had the Old Town.
Oh yeah, the Old Town School of Folk Music recital.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool because that's it's basically a what would you say? Like you pay to be taught. There's different levels. You could be in say there's like rockabilly ones. There's classic rock ones. Mm-hmm. There's so different types of music and different however your level of music expertise is, but yeah, we always do a recital every June for them. Mm-hmm. Jacob Sweet, he's like one of the best teachers there. He's a cool dude. He always wants to get his students out to play in front of live people. So, I mean, people do bring their families and their friends, but also people that don't know them come in, enjoy, drink some beer, drink some wine, some cocktails, and just have a good time. It's always a fun packed night, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was stacked that day. They had such a good turnout. It was amazing. I am gonna do a small clip of the performance that I came to see. Killed it. It was so good. So let's talk about some of like the events and stuff that you guys are doing. So you have the Band of Beardos.
Yeah, that's the our mug club. So like that's yearly subscription to our mug club, so you can get your own branded mug. You get a full pour for the price of pour below it. You get 20% off all merch at all times. Private party once a year. Let's see what else. $2 off all 4-packs. So pretty cool.
Nice. And then also, and I can't remember if you guys have already started doing this, the cocktail hour that you've started.
We haven't done the cocktail hour yet. That's just been in talks. We just
up in the air.
Yeah, it's just never gotten to fruition. You know,
Yeah.
as you know, running a small business, and you know, right now we're at 1, 2, 3, 6 people running this place. It's always tough. You know.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I do want to touch upon. So last time that we spoke, you guys had a bit of a bigger team, and you've had some goings aways of late. Everyone's going to bigger and better.
Yeah, no, I mean it's you know, that's part of change. Change is part of life, and that's part of a business. You know, Ethan's now at Old Irving. He's you know, manning their new production facility, so that gives him a lot more like structure and how would you say, like he has bullets that he got to fill every day, as opposed to just running around kind of like manic that this place can be. And then Jason's almost he's leaving the end of June, so end of July to go to move with his lady Leah to North Carolina. She's getting a job down there, and he's looking for some sort of brewing industry job down there. So he that was always the kind of the plan, since he's been with us for 2 years now. So that was always the plan. He was like, I really want to move to the Asheville region. It was like, I don't blame you.
Yeah. Well, if you're tuning in and you're in North Carolina, hire Jason. So that's been going on. What have been some of the, I want to say, biggest changes since reopening, since last time we talked, from like post-COVID? What are some of the biggest changes you've noticed in the tap room, as far as like people coming in and traffic, and is it everything is like back to normal now?
Oh no, I mean, I don't think from talking to a lot of small business, I don't think any small business have hit back to 2019. I mean, we have steady growth, which is great, but getting back to that, I don't think any small business really has hit those numbers. But and I get it, like ingredients for making beer, putting it into cans, buying any kind of chemicals for cleaning, anything for front of house is expensive. So like inflation's still a big problem for a lot of people. So I get it. Like I squeezing and pinching pennies is big, but I think the biggest thing that we have had a lot of success that you mentioned was having more food pop-ups, because we don't have really a space for kitchen, and it's always tough to take on more debt to, even if we put one in. So it's nice to have people that have their own catering license to take care of the food, and the expertise and their cachet of having their business, and it's nice to bring that in, because I could definitely tell that people like right now is more it's, hey, let's go out for food and drinks, and like I don't, and I'm on the same kind of boat with, I don't go out and drink and party. I mean, I'm getting older, so that's part of the ebb and flow of life. But I mean, I get a lot of people just be like, so this is gonna be my dinner, and drinks with my friends or significant other. So that is a big key for why we are still doing pretty well. So
for sure, it's definitely a really good driver. I know yesterday, from the time of us recording, you guys had Mother Prepper in. And honestly, if y'all haven't gone to visit them, the details are going to be in the description, with a good amount of like the other people that have come to Alarmist as well, so that you guys can go and check them out. But what are some of your favorite food pop-ups that you've had so far?
I mean, I love having Rockwell's in here. They have a physical location on Rockwell by the Brown Line. But they're in every other Saturday, and they have their own big, Blackstone cooktop. So, they always have their delicious smash burger, and then they do, every week they have every other week they have, 2 new dishes, which are fun. So I like that. I mean, I like all the pop-ups. They're excellent. Like Smokestack is great barbecue. I mean, those tacos Las Manitas. I mean, again, I purposely don't bring dinner, because I know I'm gonna eat some of their food, so they're all good.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I will say this, like, you guys have never missed with a pop-up that comes in. They always, for the most part, sell out, if I'm not mistaken, and I mean, I love me a good smash burger from Rockwell's. That burger is so good. It is delicious.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the pop-ups have told me, they're like, we like coming here. You guys do really well. You promote us hard. People understand, and I get it, that like we have a lot of regulars that come back to eat food, so they know what's up, and they check on our website and check on our socials, so that always helps them. So
yeah, for sure.
We got loyal patrons up in here, so
Very true.
They're good people.
I showed up and I still haven't left. No, so one of the things that I think is so fun, you guys have now gotten more into your social media. So besides like the promotional stuff that you guys do on Instagram, you also have a TikTok that you've started, and you guys are now on Threads. And if you guys are not following them, you definitely should, at Alarmist Brewing and Taproom. And what is like your favorite, like how do you guys come up with like the concepts for like TikToks and shit like that?
That's all Gary. I mean he's the one that he's in charge of marketing and stuff, so I mean, I don't have TikTok or Threads. I don't really have social media. It's not my thing. Yeah, I mean, for posts, he's kind of in charge of most of those. Sometimes, if their videos are goofier stuff, we all kind of throw in ideas for that. But again, I'm not a social media person, so like.
True.
That's just not my thing.
No, that's fair.
I do like YouTube. I'm down for that.
Very true. So that brings me to some of the other entertainment that you guys have here besides acting a fool whenever you guys can. What is one of your favorite movies that you guys play in the tap room?
Oh, I mean, I love Jurassic Park. It's the best. It's such a quotable movie. Half the time I'm just like stating the lines when I'm pouring beers or pouring, drink, or like having a conversation with the regular, and I just interrupt him with a random Jurassic Park line. He's like, "What'd you just do?" I'm like, "Oh." I'm like, we look up there and subtitles. It's like, how'd you remember? I was like, watched it too much as a kid. I love that movie. It's so 90s. I don't know. It's just one of those classic 90s films that just doesn't take itself so seriously, and all the practical effects are awesome. I don't know. The SFX nowadays they all look really bad, and I mean that's my opinion. But I don't know. They just don't have any sense of soul behind the SFX today. I don't know, the practical effects, like you had people working that and like really trying to make it real. So yeah.
And it's definitely a movie that has stood the test of time, because when you watch it on 4K, those animatronics look amazing. Yeah,
it ages well. I mean, that's always funny to kind of see back, 10 years ago with the SFX, they look bad. But the animatronics and everything, again, it just doesn't, they're not trying to take it themselves so seriously, and it looks great, it's fun, I mean, there's always some, if you look at really like cheesy movies too, and all the practical effects are cheesy, but they look, it's, again, that not to take it serious,
Exactly. And so, as I mentioned, you guys have done a bunch of collaborations. One of your most recent ones was with OIB for Rune Master, and which was the other beer? I can't remember.
Oh, we do so many. They're like our best friends.
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun. I mean, again, we'll probably continue to hang out with them more now that Ethan's over there. But yeah, we did. There was a Beetlejuice, because we always play, on the name because they have Beezer and we have LeJew, so it's always, there's Bees Juice, there was LeBees, and then Bees Juice, and then it was Beetlejuice. I'm like, oh my gosh, how many more of these are we gonna? How many more ways can we figure out to name all this stuff? So yeah, the Remaster's awesome. So yeah, I mean, there's still a lot more to go. There's a lot of good people in the brewing industry, a lot of great breweries, a lot of great brewers.
And so, besides Alarmist and OIB, what are some of like your favorite breweries that you go to?
Let's see. Let's see. I like Old Irving. Their food, their beer and their food are fantastic. Let's see. I mean, I like one of my favorite people in the industry is John Laffler for Old Irving, or not Old Irving, so Off Color. God, sorry, John. But no, he's probably one of the best people in the industry. He's just so nice and real, and he'll actually want to talk to you about other stuff than beer.
Yeah.
It's like I live that, and it's like, yeah, I get you, man. Like we can talk about whatever you want, but yeah, I like their beers are fantastic. You know, I like Half Acres beers are fantastic. Spiteful's beers are fantastic. I like a lot of Revolution stuff. So yeah, those are, you know.
If you had to pick one final beer for the end of the world, which beer would it be?
End of the world, like
from Alarmist.
Oh, it's Crisco all the way. That's no, it's Crisco all the way. It's like one of my. I mean, it is my favorite beer here. I mean, it's just like if I'm gonna pour something off that, it's gonna be that, and you know that's Aaron's recipe, and just remember when he first made it, and he just kind of kept tweaking it, and at one point I was like, man, this is just so good. I like it. It just it hits every note for me. There's just good carb level, good flavors, good. I like it's a German Pilsner, so I like that like crisp, like pop of bitterness at the end. I think it's amazing.
Yes,
Very super clean. Awesome beer. Like it's a fantastic like Pilsner. It's like for me, it's the best Pilsner in the city. I really couldn't say any other Pilsner in the city, or even maybe lager in the city that I like more than that beer. It's fantastic. It's delicious.
Agreed. It is so good. It's such a good beer. And besides Les Jus, I will say that it is one of your most popular beers, as well as one of like the. If someone isn't really into like craft beers, it's one of the easiest like go-tos for sure.
Yeah, that one's a good one. The Midwest Royalty is another kind of really popular for people. Again, good another Aaron beer right there. Heavily. Well, I wouldn't say heavily. Because I mean, it's heavy in the corn flavor and in the sweetness, because that's it's not over too pungent, because lagers are so delicate, but it has that flavor to it. A little bit less bitterness on there, so it's kind of based off of High Life, because that's kind of like what the brewery community loves to drink is High Life. It's good beer. Yeah. So yeah, that's his version of it. But yeah, I like the Crisco.
Yeah. So. That's your beer. That's baby.
Yep. It's a good one. Again, it's the first beer I'm gonna reach for. I'm just glad that it's always there.
Yeah, for sure. And miss you, Aaron. Hope you're well.
Golden Age Brewing, Pittsburgh. That's all lager brewing. That's what he wanted to do. So
there you go. He did it. I'm proud of him. So you guys have some awards that you've won for your beers. The most recent one was the Golden Wiener. Not the Golden Wiener. It's a sausage, but still.
It's sausage. No. That was what was it? Best pairing for. Oh my God. What was, I don't do any of the festival stuff, so forgive me if I don't remember everything. I'm always in here. That's for. God, why am I blanking right now? I don't do this. I don't do the festival stuff. On Randolph and Halstead. My God, brain not working. I can see the logo. I can't think about it. We'll come back to that one.
Yeah,
it'll sharpen my. It'll pop right in my head once we talk about something different.
Yeah, for sure.
What about another winning thing? I can't. I mean, I think we've talked about a lot of the GABF medals. Yeah. So. The gold medal for Les Jus, that was our first GABF medal. That one just put us on the map and basically like ramped up all production for us. And then 2020 we won the pantsless bronze, so that has always kept pantsless in our core. And then 2021 and 2022 was a Midwest Royalty for American Lager. So
nice.
Still trying to get that Crisco medal. Last year we did really close. We got into the final. I mean, you don't know how many entries that they don't tell you, but we got into the final round. So we're getting closer and closer with that.
I love that.
Haymarket Brewing. That was I told you I was going to come to. So yeah, they do their. It's like Sausage Fest there. It's always like, I believe, in March of every year. So they get different breweries to bring in.
Peppers!
That's a dog, and it's excited. Wow. Yeah, so we won the best like beer and sausage pairing. So we brought a dark smoky beer. So like obviously we're gonna win because what pairs well with like a sausage dark smoky beer. Come on, like that's easy.
Yes.
So we won that. I mean, it was kind of cheating.
Not cheating. You are so funny. So tell me a bit more about the tap room itself, like opening times, what's the ambiance here for everyone that's new and first tuning in. We did hear some doggos right now.
Yeah, dog friendly. Please keep them by your side and on a leash at all times. You know, they are an animal. Same thing for your children.
Exactly.
Please don't put leashes on your children, but please keep them by your side. Kid dog friendly. Obviously, you know, be respectable because not everybody's here to, you know, hang out with your kid. Weekdays Tuesday through Thursday 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Friday 2 p.m. to 11. Saturday noon to 11, and Sunday noon to 8 o'clock. So yeah, it's a pretty chill place. You know, no frills type stuff. We don't have like we got one projector for either movies, but a lot more sports. But again, that's not going to be on. You know, the sound's not going to be on for that. Play our own tunes. We get to play what we want. So yeah, I mean, every there's no demand on what you have, or like command on what you have to play in the tap room. You know, everybody has different styles. So like Ricky kind of likes his hair metal and
his Lana.
Yeah, he loves Lana. He loves his like sad girl music. You know, he likes his like kind of new wave, old wave type of stuff. I mean, I like a lot of different styles. Dan likes his kind of dancey hip hop stuff. I mean, I love throwing on like 90s music. I love old soul and funk, so that's always fun. So you just try to create a good atmosphere and read the room and see what's going on. So, you know, a lot of good jamming. We want people to have fun. You know, it's like we like to be authentic. We are authentic when we're there. We don't. There's no script. I don't like myself or my bartenders to fit a script. You know, I want them to be real and authentic and make people feel at home. That's the biggest thing. Like, there's no, you know, sheet that says, hey, this is how to interact with somebody when they come up. It's like, be nice to them. Be you. Be you. I mean, if they're rude, like, trust me, I've had to deal with rude people, and it's like, okay, cool. Here's like, I don't play that shit. Like, you got to get out of now. Like, like you can't talk shit to me. Like.
And I will say that, like, you guys do have a really good atmosphere when it comes to putting a stop to the bullshit. You always have, which is why I love Alarmist so much. It is a very safe environment. Like, they don't deal with mess. They're like, absolutely not. Like, everyone that comes here is an adult, and we should behave as such, and not be, you know, just dicks. I don't know.
Respectable. I mean, again, it's like I get it. Like, you want to have some drinks, have some fun, but don't step over the line. Respect everybody's, you know, privacy and themselves. You know, you don't get to be presumptuous. That's my biggest thing. Don't be presumptuous with other people. That's very uncourteous. So I don't play that shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we have a lot of regulars that we've cultivated that love to come back and hang out. And they're like, it's funny, anytime anything. It doesn't happen very often. I mean, it's not riffraff or anything, but you know, when it does happen, it's funny. Watch all my regulars stand up and it's like, no, chill. Like, I know you got my back, but chill. Yeah. Maybe twice a year, which is pretty rare for a bar, because I know a lot of the bars, like, oh my gosh, like once a week type shit.
Yeah, so. Horror stories, I'm sure.
No, you know, yeah.
So I saw recently that Metro Brewing they had an acquisition. Someone purchased them. I don't remember who though.
Oh yeah, Short Fuse. Yeah, they bought the IP rights to Metropolitan. Again, like, I'm not a lawyer and everything, so I can't I can't tell you exactly, but the way I interpreted it was that they bought their IP rights, so they have their they'll have their
logo.
the logo, their social media. They bought the rights to all the like brew logs and the recipes. So everything that was kind of like, it's the same. Yeah, it's IP. So it's like anything that you created for a brand, they bought. So hey, I mean that's pretty. How do I say that? That's like that. Got some gusto for doing that. Like just because Metro was one of the OG craft breweries in Chicago. So I don't know.
It was a sad day when it closed for sure.
Yeah. No, it was that was wild. But Doug and Tracy are awesome, and all my people's there too. Chubb, Jeremy, like good people. So that was always sad to see. But I don't know. I just think that's a lot of gusto to buy somebody. Again, that's just the free market, which I'm for. So good luck to brewing those beers, because that they were Doug. It was funny. Doug was here the other day, so I was talking with him. He wrote all those recipes, or if it wasn't all of his recipes, he had a very deep elbows into that. So good. I love Doug. That was nice to see him the other day. Hey Doug, if you catch this.
Yes. And so, like I mentioned, you guys have done a lot of collaborations. Is there someone you haven't done a collab with yet that you're like, damn, it'd be nice to make a beer with them?
Oh, I mean, man, we've talked about it so many times. Pipeworks would be fun. I love Garrett. He's such a cool dude. When's the last time I saw him? I think we were talking about it last August when we were down up at Madison for the Great Taste. So we were like, oh man, I think we're gonna call it like Pantsless Unicorn or some shit like that. But it would have been fun. Yeah. So again, everybody, I totally get it. Everybody's busy, and man, nonstop to run a brewery. It's kind of intense and hellacious, but it's fun too. Yeah.
Which brings me to my next question. What is the toughest part of your job?
My job?
Yes.
Oh, God, what is the toughest part? Let's see. Dealing with Gary. No, I'm kidding. No.
Damn it, Gary.
No. I mean, I love Gary, but man, sometimes I'm just like, he drives me crazy.
That's just very Gary of him.
No, it's definitely not Gary. I'm trying to think, what's the hardest thing for me? I don't know. I just, I guess it's just owning a small business is, there's sometimes where you're like, where's everybody? I hate being slow. So some nights where I'm like, I know people come. Do they hate me? No, I don't want any pity. I don't want any pity. No, that's always the toughest thing is,
getting some
some traffic, striving for revenue. That's the biggest thing. I know it's tough out there. Again, I remember 2019, beginning 2020. Right before COVID, man, we were on. We had such a beautiful trajectory. That was going to be such an incredible year. We were going to hire more people. It was crazy, and then just stopped us right in the track. So again, it just
Yeah, I remember being in here. It was around St. Patrick's weekend, and the announcement came in, and everyone in the tap room just kind of froze, and we're like, "Wait, what?" It was such really a moment in time, a moment in history, honestly, at this point.
Oh, yeah.
That changed so much when it comes to the industry, when it comes to brewing and small businesses, and getting people back out there now that, we're so far from that. It's been 4 years.
Right.
And with that, what is some of the... if you can talk about it, what goes behind getting organic traffic into a smaller business?
I mean, I can only speak for my personal tap room is just it's. I mean, if you look at any type of business, it's always your profit, and it's stupid friend Kendo, who's like, what was this like? I think he was saying like, what's up? Like it was a joke, like what's a profit? Like a PROPHET. And I go, it's revenue minus expenses. And he was just like, you stupid motherfucker. No, I mean it becomes that. It's like how much money can you bring in, and versus how much your expenses. I mean that's a job for every person every day. Is you gotta manage what you take in for your job. And then subtract everything your costs, and it's like there's the necessities. You have to have, your rent or your mortgage, food. Like if you have children, oh my gosh, like I mean their clothes, their food. You want to give your children everything you can. But I mean that's the biggest thing. I mean that's just like life. That's just life scaled up, and I wish it was easy for that, but it's hard, and I get it. Like I mean, we still look at, like I said, inflation is a killer of everything, and that like the prices on food are insane. It's still crazy. So yeah, it's the biggest thing is figuring out how to like keep your business open. I mean, we've seen so many breweries close over the last few years. A lot of small businesses. It's just it's expensive to keep it running. I mean, you try to bring everybody you can in. There's no, I guess there's some places have, it's all about the cachet, about what people understand and enjoy from your brand. That's why there are brands that just take off, and look at like Liquid Death. That's an insane kind of like story where it was just like it was like, let's make canned water, but like kind of be like irreverent and see what you can throw at it, and it's like kind of that's an amazing stick. It's an amazing stick. I mean, yeah, you get the water, but it's like the brand does it. So you got to like that's really how it is. I mean, Gary always says, what's it like? How do you make $1 million with a brewery? Start with 2. So because it's expensive, there's a lot of equipment, everything costs a lot, and it's tough. So you got to look to making money. So it took us a bunch of years to like be in in the black, to do it, and we're doing it so far. And then that whole, like again, it's shut down. It's like the scene in the Titanic when they have to shut down the engines, and you gotta like to get it to turn over the opposite way. It's like getting that that flow back it's tough, and like it's a big piece of like a small business, a big piece of machinery that if once it stops moving to get it started and the flow again is big. You look at like culture, people like went from going out all the time and having a good like out drinking, having a good time in 2019 to being stuck at home for months, and then I think it just kind of got people into that culture of not going out as much. Like again, I'm part of that too. Like I mean, I've gotten older, and my wife doesn't like going out as much as she used to either, but she was never really big about it, but I kind of like fell in line with that. So I mean, I'm part of the problem too. So like I'll gladly put my hand up and take blame. But again, that's the biggest thing is changing the trends, and the younger generations aren't drinking as much crap beer. They're not drinking at all, or they might be like experimenting with like CBD, THC. So that's kind of.
And speaking of which, so I know a lot of breweries have started to do it where like they include CBD into the beers. Are we gonna get a CBD alarmist?
Actually, THC. Gary's working on that. So they just got. You can't drink it here. You can only take it to go. But there's just a big bill down in Springfield to allowing breweries to be able to produce THC like water and stuff. So yeah, I mean, again, it's about. Figuring out how to navigate the space and the legislative laws. So that's pretty big. So I know Gary wants to try it, and it's tough because again, I don't really smoke weed or drink weed or eat weed anymore. Like I don't really do that much anymore. Again, I'm old. I'm old. I'm old.
Not you're old. You're gonna have them out here thinking you're like 80.
I'm old. I'm 38. I'm old. I remember, again, going out when I was in my 20s and 30s, and it's like once I hit, trust me, once you get over 35, there's something that your body changes. You just become tired all the time, and like you don't recover from drinking as the way you used to. Oh yeah, it's I don't know what it is. It's your body basically starts really hits that cliff, and it's just like, oh my gosh, and like I've realized how much I enjoy like waking up sober, like and like waking up from not drinking, like it's the best thing ever. It's like, oh my god, I love drinking water at night, like I feel so good in the morning, So I get it, like I absolutely get it. So
yeah, I feel like a lot of people, when they see that, they're gonna be like, oh my god, that's such a mood.
It is. There's nothing better than being like, I'm not hungover today, like that's a beautiful feeling.
For sure. So what is one of like your favorite moments in the tap room?
Oh man, I don't know. That's tough. There's so many good ones. I don't know. Ooh, the 1 year anniversary was a lot of fun. Saying good. Is again bittersweet. Saying goodbye to Aaron was fun. Saying goodbye to Ethan a couple weeks ago, that was fun. It's weird that all these like saying goodbye moments are good. I guess they're memories.
Yeah, they're core memories.
Yeah, they're parts of like that's the greatest thing you could do is like send somebody on their way to do something better and more challenging, because that's the greatest thing you want to do for somebody is help them close a chapter in their life and open up to something new, because it's stagnant a stagnant body is sedentary is the killer of all humans. You need to keep moving, and if you're stagnant mind and body wise, you're gonna stop. So it's always nice to see people like take on a new challenge and go for something. That's always, it's impressive, that's what you got to do.
Absolutely.
And you want to champion them through that, because they need they need to know that,
someone's rooting for them.
Yeah, but also like, especially, that are you mad at me? No, I'm fucking not mad at you. I want you to do well. I'm hoping and, putting my hands together. Make yourself happy, You gotta go.
For sure. Yeah. I've gotten those conversations. I sure have. So when I think Alarmist Brewing, and it might be different for you because you're here every day, but when I think Alarmist Brewing, first core memory for me here, I think you guys had in big shoulders that night, and you and Ethan did your routine, and you guys got up on the bar and you were dancing around, swinging the light bulbs.
Oh yeah.
What is one of the core memory moments for you?
Those are just great moments. There's so many of once we when we bring a bunch of people in here and we have fun and just act goofy, like again, being goofy with Aaron, being goofy with Ethan, being goofy with Dan and Ricky, those are always fun. Those are like life is too short to really like be angry and frustrated all the time. So it's just like having fun. Like those are always the best memories. Just having fun, being goofy, and again, it's not that serious. Just like have a beer, really enjoy it, but it's not even that serious.
Yeah.
It's a beer. It's a fucking it's a cocktail. Enjoy yourself. Like make yourself feel good. Make the person, if you're by yourself, cool. Like just chill, get your things done. If you're hanging out with other people, like enjoy each other's company. Like beer. Those are just little greasings into fun. That's always a plus. Just I don't know. There's so many. I don't know. Just any time that you just have a good night, and there's so many good nights I've had in there, and they're so much fun. I don't have really bad nights in there. They're always just fun. I love working with my coworkers. I know that's why it was difficult for a lot of people to leave in this place, and we've retained a lot of our retention rates have been pretty impressive over the time. It's just because we like to work with each other, and we challenge each other, and we're mean to each other too. So like that's part of the other thing is
it's very healthy.
We call you on your bullshit around here. So we're just real, authentic. Yeah. So it's always nice.
I love that. And so would you say that like Alarmist authenticity is what has set it apart from the rest when it comes to, like you mentioned, it's so true. A lot of businesses sadly did close, post-COVID. Like they just couldn't either financially handle the brunt of it anymore or for whatever reason. do you think that like the reason you guys have so many regulars and so many people that stay for all these years is because of that environment that you guys have helped create?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, people love coming back to, for the conversations, for the fun, for the goofiness, for the, for us dancing, for us, shaking our butts, like it's not that big of a deal. It's just stupid butt
Here's
shaking.
a clip in here.
It's just stupid butt shaking. It's not serious. No, it's that. All the beers they're excellent. People come solely for the cocktails, so I get a lot of people coming for the cocktails. Those are killer too. But I think that's kind of the and they know how hard we work. People like to support people that they know, how hard we work. And that's 6 people work here, and it's just that's for how much beer we produce and how much we work to get this place running. I think a lot of people will have respect for that.
Absolutely.
We're never not on the ground. That's a big thing. So I think a lot of people have respect. So I think it's a coalescing of all a lot of different factors of the authenticity, the fun we like to have, the good beer we make, the hard work that people can actually see that we're putting out there and producing. So
yeah, for sure. And like you mentioned, it's no small feat. You guys are 6 people running an entire tap room, including marketing and distribution and keeping this place going. Are there moments where you look around and you're like, what am I doing with my life?
No. I don't think I've I know what I'm doing. It's just No, I don't. I know exactly where my path is, and
Good.
like how I've gotten here is oh yeah, cool. I've seen everything I've done in the past and go, this isn't a mistake.
Yeah.
I don't think if you really tried that hard to be a good person and work hard that you've ever really made a mistake down your pathway. You can't even change it though.
Yeah.
It's the
very
path.
true.
Yeah, the past is there. So
Exactly. And so we've talked here and there about cocktails. What's your favorite cocktail to make, and what's your favorite one to drink?
favorite one to make. Ooh, good question. I mean, I like to shake. Shaking is always fun. So any shaking cocktail is always fun to make. I love to shake. The drink though, oh my gosh. I mean, I love a good margarita is always fantastic. I'll drink a margarita any day. They're sour margarita with
Sour.
salt all the way. That's the best. There's nothing better than a sour marg. So
Yes.
I'd say that, for
agreed.
sure.
Oh my god, your margs are so good. So, let's talk about closing time. So, in the past, originally when you guys had opened, you had a very specific song that you would play, and I don't know if you guys did it on purpose, but I noticed every time you would call last call, that song would start playing. Do you guys pick I know the music is whatever you guys
What song are
decide.
you-
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Was it when Bob was working and he always did White Horses?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was Bob's. That was Bob's hey, y'all need to get out. That was the second to the last call. Goodbye horses.
Yeah.
And then he'd do I forgot it was I forgot what song that was. It was it was a horse trotting song. It was he would always play Happy Trails.
Yeah.
And he sang because Bob's kind of nerd like that. I don't mind what anybody wants to play. Again, it's all the mood and the feel. So last night we were just playing a bunch of old music videos from the '90s. So it was funny.
That was hilarious. So, what is? I'm trying to think of how to word this. If you could pick a playlist for Spotify to get stuck on in the tap room, what would it be?
I mean, I I used to play every Monday when we first opened. I'd have like it was on Pandora. So it was just my 90s Monday playlist. I recently pushed that to like the whole playlist, like pushed it and like kind of expanded it to Spotify now, and then it's like an 11-hour playlist of just 90s jams. You know, it's just fun. All, you know. Yeah, I mean, you can, you know, like, I remember like California Love came on last night. Everybody was just like, boom, like just bouncing. So yeah, you get all the good ones. I mean, it goes through the entire gamut. You know, you got like Cardigans, like Love Fool, and you know, Bittersweet Symphony, and all the Creeds on there. So like, it's fun. Like again, I could listen to it all day, and you just get a lot of people jamming to it too. I mean, it's, I'm 38, so like it just fits in the wheelhouse,
Yeah.
So everybody that kind of comes in is somewhere in that wheelhouse, so like people enjoy that. So it's always a fun one.
Nice. So I have said before, I am Norman, this is my cheers. What sitcom would you associate with Alarmist?
Sitcom. Yeah, I'm not, oh man, this is tough because I'm not really I don't watch too much TV.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I don't know. These questions hard for him.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I guess Cheers,
What?
but I one of my favorite. Like, and I just got into it in the last few years. Is like, love the Golden Girls. It's funny.
Oh my God, yes.
So good. And it's like
Honestly,
the best, one of the best sitcoms ever. It's so good. I mean, I love. Sophia's probably my favorite character because she's just so brutally honest, and it's so funny. And yeah, I mean, I love Dorothy's awesome too. I mean, I like Rose, probably my third favorite. I'm not a huge Blanche is, I get it, hypersexual, fine, but that's just not I love Sophia. She's so funny. So her clips are awesome.
So if you could get any tattoo in the world, what would it be?
I mean, I I have my 704 tattoo, which is like my party house. That's really the tattoo that I want. I don't know if again, as I've gotten older, I was like, man, I don't even know if I'd ever want another tattoo.
Scandalous.
I know, right? I'm not cool anymore.
What happened though? But
Gotten older.
true. What would be your dream beer to create?
Dream beer. God. It's so funny that, that's how I started making, home brewing is what got me into, craft beer. And, stepped in here, wanting to help Aaron, and then getting the taproom job. And, at some point I was running the taproom, but I was also helping back here, and COVID happened, I stopped, and then I've just been so taproom focused. And I do run the packaging line, but I don't know. I don't even know if making beers are again it has kind of left, because there's so many people that make much more knowledgeable and proficient and talented people that make beer better than I, that I don't even know if I really want to impede on their space, because they're so good. That's the biggest thing. I don't know. I don't know. Again, Chris Boy's a fantastic lager. I don't know if I could ever want something better than that. And again, like I said, I have too much respect for the people that brew excellent beer, that I wouldn't want to be what do I want to make? It's I wouldn't even want to step on their toes. That's become my passion, and my path right now is trying to keep that place open and keep this business open. So that's what my passion is to keep rolling with that. So I don't know. I guess I wish I had a better answer, but I think I'd rather have people that are more driven into finding that beer than to do it than me.
For sure. And if you can have any, we mentioned Pipeworks. If you could do any collaboration, right, with them, what would that beer look like?
Oh, I think it'd be funny. I think most of the time when you do collaborations, you kind of look for the name, and kind of the ethos behind it. So like the Pantsless Unicorn, because they have the Ninja versus Unicorn series. So just like, I think that's funny. I think it would be like a pale ale or an IPA. I think that's the kind of the idea behind it. They make some of the most we called them extreme beers back in the day.
Yeah.
So, but again, it all depends on what we think would fit, So I think it would be, Pantsless Unicorn, pale ale, or double pale ale, or something fun like that. I think it would be cool.
Nice. And what is your least favorite beer?
Here?
Yes.
Right now or ever?
Ever.
Least favorite beer ever here. Take a bit. Man. I'm trying to think.
Tacos.
I think it was a long time ago. It was that Pagonophobia, which was like that hoppy red ale. I did not like it. I was like, kind of had to pretend I liked that one, but it was just not that good.
Yeah, you're not a fan of like the entirely too much hop oil.
Yeah, if there's too many very polyphenolic stuff, like it's not my thing. But again, my tastes have changed.
Over the years.
Oh yeah, I mean, I used to love, like everybody used to love back in the day when it was like the big hop bombs back in the early 2010s, and oh man, it's so bitter, yeah. And then I just liked good clean IPAs, and then as Aaron started making excellent lagers, I was like, holy shit, these are awesome. So just kind of fallen into that space now, as I love a good lager. I mean, I love a good clean IPA too, or maybe a good doing the clean malty beer is always fun for me too. So like, again, there's it's not, I don't like to drink like shitty beers and I'm not saying just so everybody goes like, oh, the domestics are shitty. It's like, no, there's a lot of bad beer out there made by people. So, and it's like you try to avoid that. You want to grab the good ones made by like really strong brewers. So
for sure, no, and you guys have really amazing beers. So they're real good. Speaking of which, where can people get Alarmist beer if not in the tap room?
Yeah, you're gonna get it all across Illinois. So we have you can get it down in southern Illinois as long as someone down there orders it from the distributor, and Philadelphia,
nice.
Which is a very expansive part of Philadelphia too. So it's pretty wide range. So yeah, you can. There's like the two spots, Illinois and Philadelphia, which the second part makes no sense, but trust me, it's out there.
But it makes sense.
It's out there.
It is. So now we're gonna do a bit of like just taproom questions.
Okay.
So, who would you call in case of an emergency?
Emergency?
Yes, like if you were having a taproom emergency, who would be your go-to person to help you?
I'd probably call Gary, because it's his business. Like, hey, bro.
Get over here.
Yeah. Like, I need you. Like you're gonna have the answers to if there's something bad. Like this is your business, bro. Like you gotta come help me.
Yeah, fair. If you were stranded somewhere and you had to call somebody to pick you up, who would you call from the tap room that would answer?
Pick me up. I would answer.
Current or old employees too.
Pick me up and answer. I don't know. That's tough because I'm trying to think in the late at night. I think like during the day, probably Gary would probably come snag me if I really need an emergency. And that night, I think Ricky's up decently late, so I think he'd come to get me. I think a lot of them would if they could drop whatever they're doing and help me out. So
nice. Who would you choose to pick your outfits for a week?
what? No. No. won't wear anything anybody else. I'm very particular about what I like to wear, so I don't know. But I'd probably let Ricky pick them because he kind of knows my style. Like, or maybe, yeah, Ethan. Yeah, Gary. I wouldn't let Gary do it because he'd probably put me in a dress because he's rude.
Now he's rude.
He'd make me wear like itchy clothes.
Yeah, nice. Who would you pick to do a dance battle with?
Battle?
Yes.
Ethan, because it'd be funny.
Nice.
He'd be goofy like me, so that I'd definitely go Ethan.
Nice. Who would you pick for a drunk duet?
Ethan, yeah. We've done that so many times.
Fair. And some final questions for you, Chris. What is some advice, not really a question, but what is some advice that you would give to new brewers starting out, new taproom people in the industry, small business owners?
Yeah, again, I would just, make sure you keep evolving your business plan, like, because, you write like a business plan, like if you look at Gary, he wrote his business plan in 2010, and then once he got up and running, it was 5 years later, and you have to adjust. So always be ready to adjust your business plan and ready to turn on a dime, and don't always say don't nothing's ever like set in stone. So be able, if you aren't able to adapt, you're not gonna make it. And like that's a big thing. Have an open mind, and be ready to work a lot, and be ready to for a lot of shit to break.
Yeah,
I'd say that.
For sure. And another question for you: what new things can we expect from Alarmist Brewing Taproom in these coming summer months? What do you guys got planned?
Oh, that's such a hard question because we just got Sammy as our new production manager, and looking to fill Jason's spot. So Gary's in the midst of that. Definitely, we're gonna look to be brewing our Oktoberfest, so that'll be out in a couple months. But just kind of keep making beers as much as we can. A lot more. Got a lot of food pop-ups ready. I got Old Saps playing next week, so yeah, just kind of like a lot of that, and just expect us to, once we get our new people in, to come out of the gate ready to go. So
For sure. And if you could pick your final meal on this earth, what would it be?
Final meal, wow.
Food and drink.
Final meal, man. That's tough. I mean, I love a good steak with red wine, maybe a nice croque madame. That's really nice, with like a crispy boy and croque madame, or maybe like a rare steak with really nice shoestring potatoes and red wine. That'd be cool. I'd be down for that.
That sounds delicious. All right, everyone, thank you for tuning in to today's episode. I really appreciate it. If you are in the Chicagoland area, you definitely need to stop by Alarmist Brewing and Taproom.
Do it.
Do it. Thank you so much, Chris.
Oh, anytime. Yeah, thank you for having me. Thanks. Yeah, it was nice to. What was this, number 3? That was fun.
Yeah, for sure.
So we should.
It's always a good time.
We'll do that. We'll do it again in a couple years. And
bet.
give you another update.
Yes, when you're in your 40s.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I feel good. I feel good at 38, like I said.
There we go. And so I do want to do something for TikTok with you, where you're going to do a little blind test of the beers, and you're going to tell me which one it is.
Okay.
All right.
Like.
Not right now, but yeah.
Okay.
We can record that one out there.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Go to TikTok, watch Chris drink beers, and tell me which one they are.
I hope I don't mess up. No.
Have a good one. Les mando mucha paz, muchos besos, y les recuerdo que miren hacia la luna, sending you much peace, many kisses, and reminding you to always look up at the moon. I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Bye.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Be well.